Okay, we have found a WAHLBERG'S eagle. I don't know if this is from the nesting pair at giraffe crossing. It very well could be. There is a pale form that hangs out there, and this is definitely a pale form. It's currently got its back to us, so it's being a little bit shy this early in the morning, but I'm hoping it might turn its head at least a little bit so that you can see. There you go. You can see some of that distinct head shape with a little bit of a mini crest on the top. Hopefully you might even see the beak. There we go. Amazing. Perfect time of the morning for a little raptor to be waking up, looking for some food. You can see that it's, oh, it looks like it wants to fly. It looked like it may have seen something there. Look how quickly it's moving its head. It's watching something. Theo, there are a couple of birds that specifically go for things like eggs. One of them is actually an African harrier hawk, or the gymnogene, as it used to be known. They like eggs, they like lizards, they like all sorts of things. But any predator will be opportunistic, so even things like leopards, and especially young leopards, if they've had issues with, for example, losing their moms or things like that, they might even go for eggs. So there are quite a few different species that would go for eggs in particular. I've never seen a WAHLBERG'S eagle go for eggs. They might go for chicks, but maybe not eggs. But definitely an African harrier hawk would try and go for eggs. They like to raid nests, particularly things like red-billed buffalo weaver nests. So that's the first one that I can think of that pops up in my mind. Look at that little crest. She looks quite dark considering how pale the head is. The tips of the feathers look like they are coloured brown. Oh, you can see how sharp that little beak is as well. Altogether just a very sharp raptor. Sharp claws, sharp beak, sharp eyesight, sharp little crest. Looking absolutely gorgeous in this morning light. A little bit of golden light coming through. Very typically chosen a tree without a canopy. So no leaves, it's a dead tree. Very similar to a lot of the other raptors, and especially things like vultures as well. They like to perch up in dead trees, so that they've got a better field of view, and so that if they need to take off really quickly, there aren't many obstructions for the wings, and they can get enough lift. That's particularly for vultures, though. They actually struggle to take off unless they can stretch completely out and kind of like push the wings a little bit further than you'd expect, because they're so heavy. Let's just see what it does and have a listen. There are some beautiful calls. Maybe it might have spotted something, because it keeps looking over to the left there. Hello, have you spotted us? Let's see if it'll fly. So normally when a raptor extends its neck like that, it's seeing something or trying to get a better view of something. It was looking over towards the Mulawati, close to Gari Dam. And even though we're busy tracking a leopard, her tracks come down towards Twin Dams Road, which is the road we're on. Even though we're busy tracking her, you always want to look at things like birds of prey anyway, because occasionally they might even follow predators, or at least be an early detection system. because they might spot her a lot more easily than we can. So you always want to pay attention to the smaller things, the birds, the squirrels, anything like that that might help you or assist you with your tracking. This one might even just be listening to the various bird calls in the drainage line. I can hear a Burchell's cuckoo. One of my favorite calls. Oh, it's definitely seeing something over towards the drainage line. It keeps focusing on that point and really craning that neck a little bit. It might not necessarily be a leopard, it might just be food, or maybe even just something it's not so happy with, but it's definitely seeing something there.